Greetings from the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. By the way, she uses a barista, and it is she bought it, I think, a long time ago. It's
I bought it probably, well,
it's a Starbucks.
Back in the 1900s.
No, you didn't, did you?
Yes.
What, in the 19, you did? You think you,
Old.
did you actually buy it in the
Yeah,
1900s?
bought it white, or I called it white.
So she
When
bought
Starbucks
this.
first opened, and then not right away, when I don't know, maybe.
That's a good wife right there.
1991
That's what a good wife looks like right there. You get up in the morning, and it's early morning here. It is 7:45 a.m. Pacific time, and the latte machine is going. And you know what? Let's go out into the garden, and let's go smell the jasmine. I don't have smell-o-vision here, unfortunately, but if I did have smell-o-vision, it is beautiful. This garden and her hydrangeas are just unbelievable. Wendy loves hydrangeas, so look at these hydrangeas here. Aren't they nice? Look at that. They love this spot. It's kind of, well, it gets very tiny bit of sun, but
Get some sun.
mostly shade. Those are macrophyllum, and those are the big flowers. There's many different types of hydrangeas, right? There's lace cap. PGs are good. The PGs are really big. And you know what else I like is the, we have Aspera. She grew up from, I remember that. That's right. It was a nice one. Right, right.
And then the only one I have left that I brought from the other place because it was just beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know the name of it, but it's a pale lilac color.
Okay.
Lavender.
Right.
But it's the petals on it are like little cups.
Ah.
Really tiny little pea cups.
We're talking about these things right here. This plant is a hydrangea. So in the wintertime, they look like crap. Wintertime, they don't look like anything. They look like a bunch of dead sticks. They're not my favorite plant. I like them because Wendy does. I've never really manicure them. So this, I got to admit, they are pretty. And then here's another one here. This one here is a different color. And then there's another one here. So I really like that color. I like kind of the darker, kind of purple, I guess it is. So here's the jasmine. And it's so fragrant. And hopefully my Starlink here won't die out on me. Hopefully the connection will keep going. We are broadcasting live from the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. We're on a small island in the North Pacific off the far southwest coast of British Columbia, Canada. And this channel is Gulf Island Rock. All right. So
no deer crashing through the fence?
Yesterday morning we had a deer crash into our heavy duty steel gate and it bent it. It actually bent the latch. It busted through the rebar. It bent the rebar. That's how it got through. And then it broke another fence that I had to fix. So it was chased by a cougar. There has been a cougar sighting in this area. But this is what we're looking at this morning. It's going to be a beautiful day. There's the sunrise. There's your sunrise right there. Here on the Gulf Islands. Absolutely beauty. This part of Canada is pretty amazing. And if you're just tuning in for the first time to this channel, welcome. Oh, dog gets a treat. And then she's got nasturtiums here too. She's got lots of nasturtiums. Nasturtiums. And these are going to bloom. Look at these sedum. These sedums are unbelievable. Look at these are called sedum spectabilis. Spectalis, and they are autumn joy. And that is, aren't those unreal?
There's a variegated one.
Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah. You can actually start that from, we're taking those with us if we ever sell this place. Everything in pots here is going. Everything you see here in pots is going with us. So we got a lot of pots to move. This is another type of, this is a lily. It's a lily there that's going to bloom. These are hibiscus. These are hardy hibiscus. They work here. Fig. Lots of figs.
Super petunias.
Yeah, the super petunias.
Oh, they're amazing.
They actually look good this year. I think I'd always grow super petunias.
I don't buy a lot of annuals, but I'll definitely buy that one.
I like these black ones. Look at the black. These ones are super cool, the black petunias. Hello there, Mr. Scooter. Beautiful. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know where you're tuning in from, but I'll tell you where we are. We've tuned in to hear from the southern Gulf Islands. We're out here on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific, a small island in the North Pacific off the far southwest coast of Canada. And this is what it looks like in this part. There's the native trees there. Douglas fir, Pacific madrona. There's your sons.
I had a little bat.
Where?
Well, yesterday when those the realtor came,
Yeah.
and it flew in under the overhang,
Yeah.
down below
Oh,
the door.
really?
And I was like, "Did you see that?" I thought it was a bird.
Mm.
And I said, "Where'd it go?" And I'm looking, and it's this little
Bat.
bat.
I've seen one in there before.
Yeah.
So is he there now?
Well, yeah. You can see if he's flown back, just above the door.
Hello, Gulf Island Rock. Hello, Mrs. Scooter. Sorry about that.
Oh, Mrs. Scooter.
Mrs. Scooter. Mrs. Scooter, that's a good name. There's a sunrise for you. You get to enjoy a sunrise. Look at the sunrise coming through the palm tree. Isn't that beautiful?
Beautiful.
And we're drinking lattes. Wendy made us some lattes.
Like we're in a tree house.
This property is kind of like a tree house, okay?
We
so
have a view of the ocean, we have a view of the...
Yeah, the ocean is right across the street from us, but there's trees in the way, so you can see it sparkling through the trees. And we'll look down. There's a deep ravine here, so we're up high. Our property is up on a knoll. Yeah, there's mountain lions here. One got chased a deer into our fence yesterday. And then you look down into this deep, lush, subtropical ravine, and you can see all the cool stuff that grows here, right? We grow a lot of cool exotic plants on these islands. Lots of palm trees. And yeah, it's very peaceful. It's very, very peaceful here. Eucalyptus, loquat, figs, guavas underneath there too. Pineapple guava. But yeah, at nighttime here, it is dead quiet. You can hear a pin drop. And right now is Monday morning, and we're on Pacific Coast time. So I'm guessing it's probably is it just about 8 o'clock? Time is it? It is, yeah, it's 7:54 right now. 7:54. And we like to sit out here and have our lattes. But I just want to show you something else. I hope you have a wonderful day. You too, Miss Scooter, wherever you may be. Thanks for tuning in to Gulf Island Rock here on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. Thanks for tuning in to see the sunrise. I don't usually do early live streams. I usually do later live streams. So you're the first one in here. So congrats to you to catch the sunrise here on our island. Cheers to you, and have a great happy Monday. Or it could be actually Tuesday where you are, even if you're on the other side of the world. You never know where people are when they tune into these things. And she's got geraniums. See actually, that one needs to be deadheaded soon. That's what I got to do in the baskets. I got to deadhead them.
Yeah, not quite yet.
Okay, let's spin that around there. There. Enjoy my latte. Mm-hmm. Did you put vanilla in it? No vanilla.
No, I didn't. I just
No
did
vanilla.
Plain. You could put your own in.
What flavor you want to get?
I don't know. Look at him just sitting there.
What was that? What's that? What was that?
A bird? Something falling. A branch.
Oh yeah, something from there. You know what it was? A fatsia leaf. And you got to go talk to booking.com.
Oh yeah.
No show.
That's right.
No show. Okay. What a beautiful morning, man. I like mornings. I'm a morning person. So I retired just about 4 years ago. End of November 2021, I retired from my Parks Department job. Then I took a whole year off, and then I took on a part-time job. Took a part-time job as maintenance at a big grocery store here. And they're actually a grocery store chain on southern Vancouver Island. And I took on a part-time job doing the amazing gardens out front. They're freaking huge gardens in front of this grocery store chain. People are always commenting how beautiful the gardens are. So I maintain those gardens, and then I do other maintenance around there too. But it's the best hours and the best days I work. I work Tuesday to Thursday, and I only work 6 hours. So I start at early in the morning, and I'm done by 10:40 a.m. And this Thursday I actually get off, so I only work 2 days this week. So it's a perfect retirement job. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a great Monday. Cheers to you. And boy, that's a good latte Wendy made. And today we have to head off island. Wendy goes to her print shop, get some of her art. She does art cards, so she gets those over on Vancouver Island. And then we have to go pick up a painting that she bought. And then we're going to go to A&W. And if you don't know what A&W is, I'm not going to say it's equivalent to McDonald's, but they make good burgers. And lately I've been eating their veggie masala burger. And the veggie masala burger is kind of like this East Indian kind of burger, like a flavor, and it's hot. It's kind of spicy, but it's veggie and it's really good. And I'm not a vegetarian. I eat everything. I eat everything from the 4 food groups, but everything in moderation. Try to eat healthy. The dog hears something over there. We got our little dog here. I'll show you. Show you little dog. There's little dog. What do you hear, little dog? That's Kahu. Hey, Kahu. Did you get a treat? What's that? What's that? What's in there? Go get him. What's in there? Oh, it's beautiful out. I love days like this. We were going to ride the motorcycle off island. Well, we did an off island ride on Thursday, and there was like eight other bikes on the boat there. Eight Harleys and one Yamaha. I was the 8th Harley. Anyway, there's your sunrise. Isn't that beautiful? So that's the west. That's the east, sorry. That's the east. East, and then it sets. In the west, it's going to set. There we go. Reconnecting. I'm going to put this here, and I'll be right back. I'm just going to go grab something to eat, and I will face this on the palm trees. We'll face this on the beautiful palm trees right there. And hang on one sec, I'll be back. Ah. Okay, coming out. I'm back. I had to go get my pumpkin seeds. I always eat a handful of raw pumpkin seeds every morning. It's good for you. Anyway, guys, if you're out there, love. Get a bad signal. Sorry about the signal. It's bad sometimes. There's a sunrise for you. Palmy sunrise. Beautiful out. I'll show you the jasmine. A lot of stuff blooming in here. Wendy's got a lot of hydrangeas. There's the jasmine vines. Oh my God, they are so fragrant. These things, last night and in the morning, these jasmine vines smells like Hawaii in here. And these are huge vines. I planted them 26 years ago. So they're going all through the timber bamboo. See the canes that have shot up in a few weeks here and here. It's a pretty nice clump of bamboo. And Wendy's hydrangeas look pretty cool. So yeah, too bad these things don't have smell-o-vision like I say you'd. No, those are bamboo canes. That's timber bamboo. Big bamboo. Weeks worth of growth, just like that. So that's coming from that clump there. It actually shot one out there too. So, but yeah, this fragrance, you plant this, it smells tropical. Very, very tropical. There we go. Turn it around. Sometimes the Starlink, the connection goes on it. So anyway, I hope you're having a good day over on the mainland. Wendy and I are catching an early ferry this morning. One of my favorite foods is kalam. It's sticky rice that you eat in your bamboo stick. Cool. Well, you know, that's cool in Thailand. My daughter went to Thailand. She loved it. Actually, my ex-wife went there too. She loved Thailand. Then they went over to Vietnam. I like Thai food. You can actually eat bamboo shoots too. Bamboo shoots are actually edible, believe it or not. Young bamboo shoots. So you get the shoots when they just poke out of the ground. So when those are just poking out of the ground, you just break them off and you peel them. Do you ever drink coconut? Love coconut. I like fresh coconut. Good electrolytes in it. So fresh coconut for me is the best, right out of the coconut on Maui. But I've sometimes drank the coconut water in the can here too. I don't really like the coconuts you buy in the store here because they're not fresh. But coconuts you buy in the tropics rest. Yeah, I just started drinking coconut. Yeah, it's good for you, man. Good, good for the, like I say, electrolytes. Good for the body. And you want to try to eat healthy. Especially you, you're young. You're actually, my youngest son turns 25 on the 13th of July. Trevor, 25, his birthday's on July 13th. So I just sent him a card yesterday. We just mailed him a card. So that's a beautiful one there too. I guess not fresh from a coconut, not from, yeah, coconut water out of the coconut is like, oh, it's the best. But you know, there's the canned coconut stuff too, right? And a lot of people drink that stuff, comes in that metal can. You know the stuff I'm talking about. So anyway, let's have a little look-see over here. There we go. This is our little kind of subtropical like paradise here. And you know, it's going to be a beautiful day when you see this, not a cloud in the sky. We were going to take the motorcycle off island for a ride today. We did that on Thursday, but we're going to take Wendy's vehicle today. We're heading over to Ladysmith and then Duncan and then Maple Bay. We got a bunch of errands to run over there. This parking lot on the Nordell. No way! Every single one. Yeah, it's colder over there. That's the difference, eh? The difference between there and here is a growing zone pretty much, man. Look at these. They're flawless. These ones have been in the ground for decades. Decades, man. We have so many palm trees on this property, eucalyptus, and there's fig trees. And yeah, it's definitely a different climate out there. I know that for sure because I used to grow them out in Langley, southwest corner of Langley, and they used to get whacked pretty good in the wintertime. You get a bad winter and it'd nuke a lot of them, right? It's too bad. Lots of smaller ones. I'm surprised ones. Yeah, it's it's the length of the cold and how cold it actually gets. They don't like wind and cold either. They absolutely, like, look at these guys. These were planted as little seedlings. Like, we have them everywhere, like literally everywhere. And then, you know, they come up off to the side of the clumps too. You look under here, there's palms all over the place on this property. And they're all flawless. None of them are damaged, right? Just doesn't get cold enough here. I mean, we're right by the ocean in there. And then in the forest, there's a bunch. Yeah, Langley, that was the same thing. Surrey, Langley. Although my buddies in Cloverdale, they got really whacked, but they actually made it because they're in a sheltered spot. There's a cluster of them down growing up through there. They don't mind rain. No, they like rain. They love rain, man. Rain's not a problem. Snow's not even a problem. Snow doesn't bother them. It's extreme cold, prolonged cold. And if they're in pots, way less cold hardy. If you got them out in a planter, well, you can kiss them goodbye in a bad winter. You know what I mean? All ours in the nursery in pots. I usually mulch the pots so the pots don't freeze. But look at them in here. These are all palms. Little tree fern down in there has been outside for years. These are all palm trees. They grow like weeds. They come up in the gravel here, man. Show you something. Palms come up in our gravel. This is our courtyard. And you see palms sprouting up in here. Palms there. Look at this. These are all palms. There's thousands of palm trees on this property, literally. Tens of thousands of those are palm trees. They're not grass. That's palms, man. And then there's Fatsia. Actually, that one's looking really good. Beautiful. And they'll grow in the shade too. I noticed the palms in Steeston look a bit healthier. Yeah, because it's a little milder there. Still cool. Still colder there than here in the wintertime. But there are palms in Richmond, Pacific Grove Plaza, Steeston, near the ocean. I know you're also near the ocean too in Steeston, right? You got the dikes there. I used to live in Richmond, right? I don't remember palms there when I was a kid, but there's definitely palms in Richmond. So, and then the Fatsias too. Fatsias are pretty cool. These are big ones. Planted these in the early 90s, I planted these ones when they were tiny, right? Really, really tiny. And then here's some beautiful, these stay out all winter too, actually, in the pots. I just put them in that lean-to over there. These are Wagnerianus, Trachycarpus Wagnerianus. And there's palms in there. There's another Waggy in there. And then down through here, do you think planting it much closer to the house would help them? Yes, it would, definitely. Absolutely. Yeah, they do way better and out of the wind. They don't like cold east wind. They absolutely hate that. And I know that for a fact, right? Here's another one that's come up in the gravel. Look at that. Down in the gravel there. Yeah, all the palms we plant here are not a problem. The ocean is like right across the street. If you stand out in the front of the property, you can see the ocean sparkling through those trees. So we got big monkey puzzle trees. Yeah, we have Norfolk Island pine. I'm going to go down through the garden here and hopefully my signal doesn't die. If my signal does die, bear with me. And then I'll come back up here. We have, I think, about 4 or 5, maybe 5 monkey puzzle trees, Araucaria, Araucana. We got a lot of stuff we grow here on the Gulf Islands. No shortage of exotica. This is a shade garden here. Choice of Mexican orange. This is what we call the jungle garden, right? Oh, so it's better side of the house plant than avoid. Yeah, they don't like east and northeast winds. They hate it. Coldest winds are the worst. So plant on the south or west side of your house, out of the outflow winds when you're out in the valley. Here we don't get wind. We don't get any cold winds, so there's no outflow winds. That's bay tree, Camarops palm there, Camarops humilis. There's eucalyptus trees. This is a shade garden in here, but it gets shady because of all the palms. I don't know if I can get to the monkey trees because they're quite far away. They're like, oh yeah, I can see the top of one right there. It's about 25 feet tall. I'll zoom into the top of it. Let's see. And hopefully my signal doesn't die. Let's see. There's the top of a monkey tree. That's about 25 foot to the top of that one right there. And there's another one beside it. Then there's another one farther down. Then there's another one up here. Southwest, that means they're right out of the bedroom. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, and then there's some big palms out here. I'll go a little bit farther down. I'll show you. So you know where we are. We're on the Gulf Islands off the southwest coast of British Columbia. Oh, here's an Araucaria heterophylla. That's a Norfolk Island pine. This one's actually got quite a bit of growth on it here. I like Norfolk Island pines. They're pretty cool. This is a cool tree here. This is called a Heteromeles arbutifolia, and I grew that one from seed probably around 1990. And it was a mistake. It actually came up in a flat of Washingtonia flifera, so California fan palms. I had like 1,500 seeds I brought in from California, and this weird leafy plant came up in among the palm trees. I go, that is not a palm tree. So when I moved here in the early 90s, I planted it in that spot. And it turned out to be a toyon, so it's a California holly. So really nice. It's a BLE, a broadleaf evergreen. It gets white flowers. These are the buds in bud stage right now. Beautiful white flowers that the hummingbirds, not the hummingbirds, the bees, butterflies like. And then it's followed by red berries. That's why they call it a California holly. It kind of does have serrated leaves, if you look closely. Kind of almost like arbutus-like. Really beautiful plant. There's some Australian tree ferns in there. Cyathea cooperi. And big laurel trees. I grew those from cuttings years ago. They're 30 foot tall. More timber bamboo. I want to get out here and show you a bigger palm. Here's a palm that's been in the ground just about 40 years. Brought it from my last place right there under the coast redwoods. Those are California coast redwoods. Not manicured. That's a female. Just does its own thing, but it self seeds all over the place, even coming up in the tiki head over there. Eucalyptus snow gum, more fatsias, more eucalyptus trees. Camarops humilis there I grew from seed. That's been in the ground 30 years, over 30 years, growing in the rock, kind of bonsai. These are cool plants from New Zealand. Senecio grayi. They're finished blooming, most of them. Some of them got a few buds on them still. They're BLEs too. So pretty much everything we grow here is broadleaf evergreen. This one here is Nandina domestica. It's going to bloom heavenly bamboo. These eucalyptus trees were 100 feet tall. We had them cut down. These ones I grew from seed years ago. But they're just too much. They're all over the place here. And then I carved tiki faces in that one. I'll show that's one of our beer. Oh, thanks a lot there, Zach. Yeah, so like I say, we're on the Gulf Islands off the far southwest coast of British Columbia, the southern Gulf Islands. And because we do have the Pacific Ocean around us, yeah, we can grow this stuff here. Here's Holobolia vine. This is a pretty cool vine. It's finished blooming. What else do we have here? That's kumquat. And then there's Pomelo, the citrus. Brugmansia candida. That one gets really beautiful flowers. That's Cymbidium orchid. I love the tikis. Do you have any torch things? Yeah, we have torch tikis too. Actually, my daughter brought me one. There's one over beside the outhouse. I'll go show you in a minute. So this is Trachycarpus martianus right here, which is a very beautiful palm tree. I want to zoom out. I don't want to get in that close. You know what? So you can see the... Come on. And there's a Strelitzia regia, bird of paradise. This one's going to open next, hopefully. It opens next. And they really do kind of look like a bird, don't they? I've had that one about 25 years. There's Washingtonia robusta, one of my seed-grown Mexican fan palms. This one's blooming. Look at the catkins on this Lithocarpus henryi. So this is a tan bark oak, native to California. It's evergreen. And it's got all the, they're actually quite fragrant. I like them. This is an evergreen plant. I didn't grow that one from seed. My buddy gave it to me as a seedling like 30-something years ago. And over top of it is a huge bay leaf tree. Yeah, and then there's the Dicksonia antarctica. That's the Tasmanian tree fern. I planted that one in April 1994. And it's growing with Trachycarpus. There's a Meyer lemon. There's a Yuzu lemon. But this one here is a beauty. There you go. There's a trunk for you. Look at that. I got a yellow ribbon on it because when we move, I'm taking that with us. Our house is for sale. Our house is up for sale. So that plant is the one plant I'm taking with us right there. When and if it sells, we're not in a hurry. It's only been on the market not even 3 weeks, but we've had several people look at it already. Down here, there's a date palm. Rhipidophyllum hystrix palms. There's needle palms there. So those are Rhipidophyllum hystrix palms. Bunch of sable minor growing in there. There is a China fir. Strawberry trees, Arbutus unido compactus, self-seeded. That's self-seeded snow gum, eucalyptus. Wish I could grow your typical... Trachycarpus are great palms, so I mean, I'll show you a beautiful one. There's a beauty right there, female. Look at it. Look at right out of the living room window. We look at that one. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then below it, it's full of palm trees, seedlings growing everywhere. That one produces quite a bit of seed. Yeah, there's a lot of palms in this little area. Fatsias. And I actually have a Trachycarpus Nova Cross Waggy growing under it too. Southern magnolias. Right there, there's one of my seed-grown southern magnolia. It's getting quite big. We have a bunch of those around. And lots of bamboo down here. This is like a bamboo jungle. See that? Bamboo jungle down here. It's just all different types of bamboo. The Chusia gigantea died a couple of years ago. It went to flower, so that was the end of it. But you know this, and that's eucalyptus. The bay trees self-seed all over the place. So this mother bay tree produces all these bay trees, and they grow all over the place. So we've got a forest of these bay leaf trees used for cooking. Nurseries down there beyond the pump house. And yeah, we got a whole bunch of different stuff growing here. I love the black petunias. Aren't those nice? So let's go back up, and hopefully my signal doesn't die with the Starlink, and we'll see what time Wendy wants to get off of this rock. We have to catch a ferry. So you can plant palms as close as you want or as far as you want away from each other. There's a Camerops humilis. I grew that from seed collected in St. George, Utah, with sable minor palms growing around it from Arkansas, razorback sable minor. But yeah, when you start planting, you mass planting exotic plants like this, it gives you a real jungle type look. Yeah, it's hard to believe we are in Canada, but I'm not the only crazy guy on this island that does this. There are lots of exotic gardens here on this island. Lots of palm trees on Salt Spring. There's a true myrtle, planted that years ago, 25 years ago or so. And it's thriving. It's never been damaged by cold. And you can see the palms growing in the understory here. This used to be a grove of eucalyptus trees. Once we got those cut down, then the palms started growing better. No root competition, right? There's another monkey tree there. Monkey tree beyond this blue Yucca rigida. Right there. There's a monkey puzzle tree. That's one of my seed grown. Beautiful Mahonia from Asia. This is a big one. Big Mahonia, which is Oregon grape. And then we have native ones here. Lots of Nandina domestica in here, which is heavenly bamboo. You can plant palms close to your house too. The roots do not damage the roots do not damage the foundation, and they don't damage pipes either, which is a good thing. That's a Yucca gigantea, formerly known as Yucca elephantippes. And there's a bunch of waggies. Those are going to go with me. I have a lot more waggies than that. We have tons of Trachycarpus wagnerianus. So those are Trachycarpus wagnerianus. When we move, those are going to be planted around our new place. Going to start a new garden somewhere else at some point when this place sells. Some of my fig cuttings that took off with native Mahonia. And there's actually a American chestnut in there. And I have another American chestnut too. They're very rare. Another waggy growing with mint. How was your cruise? Cruise was awesome. Early, we went May 2nd. And it was 1 week, and it was really, really good, man. It was just absolutely beautiful. That was my 5th cruise. Oh, we're live again. Sorry, man. The Starlink craps out on me sometimes. Starlink is up on the roof right there. But anyway, cruise was good. We went to, first stop was Juneau. And then we went to, second stop was, here, let me spin this around. Second stop was Skagway. Turn that around. Second stop was Skagway. And then we went to the glacier. What glacier was it? Glacier Bay. And then we went down to Ketchikan. And that was Wendy's second cruise. So yeah, lots of fun and lots of food. And so I'd step on the scale. So because we went with our friends, he says, Joe, step on the scale. I want to see how much weight you're gonna gain during this, because I eat so much. I eat more than everybody. So I step on the scale. At the beginning of the cruise in the gym, there's a scale, because I went to the gym every day. And at the end of it, I say, step on the scale. So I lost just over half a pound. Isn't that crazy? I lost over half a pound. I worked out hard every day. I was in the gym early in the morning, around 6 or 6:30. Every day I went in there, and then we walked laps. We walked around the cruise ship. 3 times around the cruise ship is a mile. I always lose weight on vacation. There you go. That's good, because on cruises, people usually gain weight because the food is so good. Every morning, some mornings I would eat 2 or 3 omelets, white egg omelets. So I didn't have the yolks in them. And they make them for you. You get up there to the omelet station and you tell them what you want in your omelet. And I would get salmon locks and avocado and all the vegetables. Oh my God, it was so good. I just love the food. It's an amazing experience. A lot of people don't like cruising, but I like it. I've been on 6 cruises. And would I go on one again? Yeah, I'd probably go on one again. I'd much rather work out and eat lots than sit around and starve. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not one to sit around, man. I keep busy. I'm always keeping really busy. I'm always like moving, even at work too. From the minute I get there at 4:40 a.m. in the morning, tomorrow morning, I'm on the go. I don't sit down. I don't have a lunch. I don't take any breaks. I just work 6 hours straight, and then I leave. So I start at 4:40 and I'm done at 10:40 a.m. So I work my 6 hour shift Tuesday to Thursday, and I'm out of there, man. It's great. And some people are just starting work when I'm going home. That's the best thing, and that's the best hours to work too. I drink lots of water too, tons of water. That's my drink of choice. You know, some people just drink booze, and that's not good for you, man. You know, and you can drink some booze, but you drink booze all day, man. It's not good for you. It's bad. That's what makes people fat. Oh, my Sasquatch sticker's coming off. That's not good. Wendy made these cool Bigfoot stickers. These are her stickers. It says, "Into the forest I go, believe in Sasquatch." There's her Sasquatch stickers. She sells these at the gallery and in the market. Cool, eh? But yeah, good on you, man. And I know you play hockey too, so you're pretty active. Playing hockey is a very active sport, and good way to lose weight, I tell you, man, and stay in shape is play hockey. And it's a pretty rough sport too. It can be pretty rough. So, but yeah, good to have you guys in there first thing in the morning. Like I say, I don't usually do early live streams. I got to see what time Wendy wants to go to. We got to get the ferry. The ferry's only a 10-minute drive from us. We catch the ferry on the west side of our island, and it takes us over to Crofton on Vancouver Island. So let's see. I'll show you. There's another date palm. That's a date palm I grew. And then this is a needle palm. Another needle palm there, Rapatophyllum hystrix, and a cluster of beautiful date palms there. This is a really rare sago too. I had this in the ground for 8 years, but I dug it out. It's doing better in the pot. That's a Cycas pachuensis from Yunnan. And this is a Serrano repens palm I grew. That's a saw palmetto. Man, I can't believe how stiff the fronds are. Super stiff. Ice hockey and ball hockey too, especially tough. Oh yeah, super good cardio, man. Really good for you. You can't beat playing hockey, man. That's a great sport. Good way to stay in shape. Where are we here? What ferry do you want to catch on?
Oh, I don't know.
She doesn't know. Anyway, here's the view. Right there. There's the view from the living room window. What do you think of that? Pretty cool view. Pretty palmy. Even on a winter day, it's just nice and palmy. What kind of cactus are those? These ones here, I'm not sure what these ones are. That one there, I think, is actually a euphorbia.
I think this one's a sword cactus. That one.
That's a sword cactus?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a kentia palm.
Yeah.
There's a bird of paradise in here. Seems to be growing okay. And then we have, actually Cam gave us this one. This one here is a jade plant. And then Wendy's got Christmas cactus. These actually bloom nice. And then, yeah, we've had this for years. I'm not too sure what it is.
No. Yeah, this one here's getting off the side, growing. See, put your camera over.
Oh, yeah, right. Cool. And then she's got this one. I think that one is the same as this one.
Yeah.
I think she got that from her son.
Just easy to take care of.
And then, yeah, Wendy's got a bunch of exotic plants in here. Snake plant, Saracena, Sansevieria. Sansevieria, and then she's got lots of this zygo Christmas cactus. Yeah, good fresh air in here, right? And then she's got some kind of crazy little ferns. Oh, there's another Sansevieria there, which is kind of cool. Looks like an agave. And then we have a lot of cactus outside too. Lots of cactus outside. I'll show you what it looks like out the window here. You want to see? I'll show you what we see out our window here. We were supposed to have a B&B check-in yesterday, but she never showed up. Booked in for a week. There we go. Look at out this window. These are Fatsias up past the second story windows. Look at these Fatsia trees. So you're looking out, there's the redwoods in the distance, and arbutus trees. Those ones I grew from seed, those arbutus trees. And across the street too, they're all in the forest, right? But these Fatsias are beautiful because they bloom in the winter, and then you get these big white tropical flowers on these trees, and the hummingbirds absolutely love them. That's hummingbird food, right? Hummingbird food. If you like artwork, Wendy's an artist. This is her art room here. What? That's her art room. Oh yeah. I was actually showing them the plants out there. I'm showing them the plants out there. And actually when I'm walking, the thing's facing down to the floor of my feet. So I'll show you the other cactus. So this is a Canary Island date palm, and they are short term here. You know, I've seen one survive 10 years on the boardwalk, and then in 2008, it was surviving outside with no protection for 10 years, this species of palm. So these are in pots, and I do put them into a cool place for the winter time where it doesn't freeze. And with some protection, yeah, you can grow them. But I know there's a nice one growing at Tofino. I saw some Canarian date palm, Paradise Palm. Oh, at Paradise Palms, yeah, they're definitely not hardy for this climate. You know, it's funny he's selling those things, and you wonder if he even tells the people if they're not cold hardy. They're not cold hardy. They're not foolproof, put it that way. I don't remember where I collected the seed from this, but I did collect the seed from palms to grow that Canary Island date palm. But yeah, people are going to be pissed off when they buy those palms and they die in the wintertime if he doesn't tell them. They're not hardy. They're not a hardy palm for this area. Look at the sun. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Look at that sunrise. Absolutely gorgeous. It's funny they actually don't have any palms anymore. I went there and they don't have any. Oh, all the palms are gone. They probably died. I think I know a lot of different palms, didn't they? Like, like they had big. Didn't they have like big trachycarpus palms and like that? And also, oh, look at the sunrise. There we go. We got the sun behind us. Didn't they have like? Was that the place that actually had jubaeas? I'm curious. Is that the place that had jubea palms too, and some really cool palms that were hard to find? And was it on? It wasn't on 16th Avenue, was it? Yeah, they had some massive ones like. Yeah, that's right too. Was it near Surrey? Was that the place in Surrey? 20 foot tall. I bet you they're all dead. I heard a lot of their palms died. That sucks, man. It's a cold area there in the winter. I remember that. I remember, and my buddy telling me about Paradise Palms, and he's telling a bunch of the palms there died. So it's a shame. The guy, obviously, the guy that has know a lot about palm trees. If he's bringing in big date palms and selling 173 16th Avenue, Surrey. Yep, that's it. And I bet you a lot of those palms he sold to people probably died. He probably imported them from California, which is a no-no. When you're bringing in Trachycarpus palms from California, they're obviously going to be weaker than seed-grown ones here on the coast. The best thing to do, and this is what I do, I collect seed from palms that have been growing in the ground here for years, so they're already acclimatized and they already have those good genetics, right? So I have seedlings in the ground here that don't even get phased any winter. You know, and it's same with my buddy in Cloverdale. It's funny, the palms that he brought in that he planted years ago, and I planted them with him, reported from California, they were crated size. That was around 1990 or 91. They froze dead. But the ones that we planted from seed grown, little babies are still there and they're 30 feet tall, right? So genetic. But yeah, you wonder how many palms that Paradise Palm guy sold that actually made it, right? Did any of them actually make it? The date palms, I can tell you're all dead. If he sold date palms to customers and they planted them in their garden, they're done. Do you know the tiny one? Do you think those are all? Or they could be, I know the ones they sell, or they could be grown out in the valley in a greenhouse. I think they're actually local. I don't think they're from California. I think those ones are actually probably local from a greenhouse out in Chilliwack. I'm trying to think of the name of the greenhouse because they brought in a bunch of needle palms one time, 7 of them, and they're doing good. I have them in the garden because needle palms are hardy, but I think they came from a greenhouse in the valley, and I forget the name. They were in blue pots, and I think the Trachycarpus might be coming from the same area. Does being raised in a greenhouse make them less hardy? Oh yeah, big time. If you've got them grown in a greenhouse from seed to, you know, like a 5 gallon size, well, they haven't been through any winters if they're in this heated greenhouse, is where mine, I grow them in so I go to the palms, I collect the seed, I sprout them in the greenhouse, and once they're germinated, right, once they're seedlings, so I have 1,000 seed in a flat, I take them out, I pot them into 2.5-inch liner size pots, into tiny little pots, and they go out into non-heated cold frames. So all of my palms have no heat, okay? There's no heat. Even our greenhouse, in a bad winter, it will freeze in there. Like I have some Christmas lights to kind of keep the chill out of there. But last mid-December or mid-January 2024, it was so cold, it froze in there. And the only palm I actually lost in there was a Rapio stylus sapida, which is a a shaving brush palm from New Zealand, a tiny little pot, and it froze, which was expected, but everything else did really good. So all the palms I have go through cold winters. They go through freezes, so they're acclimatized. So, and I'm not saying all those ones that are grown in a greenhouse like that are going to die, but they're going to be a little bit less cold hardy than, say, the ones that I grow. So eventually some of those are going to acclimatize, right? But if you're living in Surrey or something, you probably want to get a locally grown one from a local palm tree, which would be better. And I'm not saying there's no palm trees in Surrey. There are palm trees in Surrey, but the farther you get away from the Pacific Ocean, you get out into Aldergrove, you get out into Abbotsford. I don't think you're going to see any palm trees that have survived out there. I think they're all dead. I don't think there's any palm trees left in those areas. I don't think there's any in Chilliwack either. There used to be. There we go. We're live again. Starlink kind of craps out on me sometimes. But anyway, if you can get, you know what you got to do? Go get some seed from the ones in Vancouver and grow your own. Go down to Beach Avenue or go to Tawasin and get some seed. And then you'll be growing your own and it'll be way better. That's what I always advise people. Locally grown is best. You see the seedlings? Just like grab seed from the ground. Yep. They're on the ground or in the palms. If you can reach them on the palms, grab them on the palms too. Or seedlings. A lot of times seedlings just pop up in the ground, take a little, like a little weeder type thing and or a spoon or a knife and just pop some seedlings out, get the roots with them. And there'll be seedlings in there unless the Parks Board have weeded them out. Sometimes the Parks Board weeds those things out. But surely there'll be seedlings that have naturalized around those palms and you can actually grab some of those too. I have some palms I experimented with in some 4-inch pots, and I had 2 flats of them out there, no protection, okay? And out of 2 flats, maybe it was 3 flats originally, there's 2 flats left. I have 2 flats of palm trees that I've never protected in tiny pots and that have stayed out there for the worst freezes, even mid-January 2024, and these ones are still going, man. That's how tough these things are. So next time you're down around Beach Avenue or Tawasin, you're probably closer to Tawasin if you live in Delta. Go to Tawasin and grab some seeds. I've grabbed seeds off the palms in Tawasin. And there's lots of palms in White Rock too. Down along the beach in White Rock in front of the tourist information, there's a big palm. Hopefully they haven't moved it. And there are definitely palms along Marine Drive. So, but I think those ones are in people's yards. Remember them there years ago. But, and there's some in Crescent Beach too. There's lots of palms in Crescent Beach. Go check out, see if you can get some seeds and grow your own. Really easy to grow from seed, and it's far worth it growing your own from seed. But bring a baggie, fill up a baggie full of seed, and have fun. North Delta, 112th Street, much closer to Scott Road than Tawasin. Okay, yeah, there are some big palms in North Delta. I remember going on a garden tour in North Delta, probably would have been in the late 80s, Palm Society garden tour. And there's one house there that had these 2 huge palm trees in front of it. And I met the owner, the original owner, and he planted them in 1973. Those are for a bit of palms. Oh, cool. So there you go. So yeah, no, I know there's palms in North Delta. That's where, like I say, Wendy used to go to school. Wendy graduated from North Delta Senior Secondary. 1977. Ooh, that was a long time ago. She graduated there in 77. So 48 years ago, she graduated, over 48 years ago, North Delta. And her sister, I think, was in North Delta, too. That's where she used to live. Wendy used to live in North Delta. And then she moved to Tawasin. And then she moved to Kerrisdale. And then she moved out to White Rock. And she lived in White Rock for 22 years. Yes, that's so funny. I graduated from North Delta in my mom's name. Oh, yeah, and your mom's name is Wendy. That's crazy. Hey, do you know where the name Wendy came from? Do you know the history of the name Wendy? She told me about it, and then I did some research in it. Do you know where Wendy originates from? Yeah, I'm going to show you something super cool, okay? I'm going to show you the first Wendy starred in Peter Pan, okay? I bought this for Wendy's 65th birthday. Okay, I'm going to show you something super cool. This lady right here, and this is an original photo that's autographed by that lady right there. Not that lady. This lady right here. Yours sincerely, Hilda Trevelier. That was the very first Wendy. Huh? That's a Wendy too. Hey, this is the very first Wendy right there from Peter Pan. She starred in 900 Peter Pan plays from 1904 to, you'd have to look up her name. But This is an old postcard. Postcard's over 100 years old. That's her name right there, Trevelyan. Miss Trevelyan, she's British. Cool, and that is a real autograph. And she was the first in Peter Pan, right there. Isn't that cool? And you know the weird thing, so my Wendy was born on December 6, 1959. This lady that starred as Wendy in Peter Pan died in November 1959.
You take that on the door up above.
I'm thinking that lady was reincarnated. I think this lady is her. You know, his name is, her mom's name is Wendy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. His mom's name is
Anyway,
Wendy
there's
too.
tape on here.
What is this for?
It's for up above on the door.
Okay, and then we're gonna go to we're gonna go off island. So what do you think? Does that kind of look like my Wendy? Maybe a little bit. She's gonna dye her hair and she cut it shorter.
No.
Anyway. Oh, there we go. Ravens. He hates ravens. The raven flies over and the dog goes crazy. You are a crazy little dog. He does not like eagles. He does not like turkey vultures. Where's the dog? There he is. Hey, you. He kind of resembles a dog. Come over here. Come here. Say hi to people. Come here, you little brat. He's like that dog on Bugs Bunny. He'd get a treat. Did you want a treat? He likes treats. That's Kahu. Come here. You're a good boy. You going to stretch? Are you going to stretch? Are you going to stretch? Are you going to lay down? Are you going to lay down? Watch this. He's funny. That's Wendy's pride and joy. Missing half your teeth, aren't you? Hey? You're missing half your teeth. He's had 7 teeth pulled, that dog. That's the problem with Yorkies. They get bad teeth, right? So you're a funny little dog. He kind of looks like a puppy. But he's a good watchdog, aren't you? Beware of the dog. Beware of the...
out on the table because that's coming with this.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to put this here. We got to mail some stuff. I better put her Peter Pan thing back. And then I got to go... Hear the ravens? That's the dog. I better give him a treat because I did say the word treat. I did say the word treat. Okay, there. And there. Okay, so I'm going to give him a treat. Do we have treats for you? I don't think we have it. Oh, we got to get some treats. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, here you go. Here's a piece of chicken. Here. There you go. Monday. Okay.
We could catch well, 9:45 is too soon. So 10:50, say.
Okay, 10:50 ferry.
Too late to catch.
Okay. Anyway, we'll go for a few more minutes here. We'll let you enjoy a little bit more of that sunrise. I'm going to go put this note on the upper accommodation because we're supposed to have somebody checking in. She's supposed to check in yesterday, but for some reason it was a no-show. I don't understand when people do that. They don't show up. They obviously forget. The ferry's to Vancouver Island, so it's just a 20-minute ferry ride to Crofton. We go to Vesuvius. So we're on the very northern end of this island. We just drive around a loop, and we come Sunset Drive down to Vesuvius, and you hang a right, and you're kind of at the ferry terminal. And then we go to Crofton. We got to drive up to Ladysmith, and we also got to get to Duncan and Maple Bay. We got a bunch of stuff to do over there. So, and then Thursday, we got to do some more stuff too. We have Krista lives here too. Wendy's daughter. Krista's always here. Krista lives at our place here too, so it's nice. She can look after the dog. She stays in the house and rents a room from us, which is always good. So we always have somebody at the house. All right, guys. I'm going to call this a morning soon. And hello, house. Hi, how are you? Good to have you in there. Greetings from the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. Listen to the ravens. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful blue sky. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing good, house. Can't complain. It's pretty nice morning here, and it's really warm out too. It's already just about 20 degrees Celsius, so I think it's going to be a pretty hot day. I don't know if there's any rain in the forecast. It'd be really nice to get some rain. It's really, really dry. So some rain would be decent when and if we get some rain. But I don't know when there's an apple tree right there. Lots of apples. Guatemalan cherry. I got to prune it back. It's getting way too big. I got to chop that back. Some stuff gets out of hand here, man. It gets kind of crazy, just overgrown. But anyway, it's a beautiful morning here on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. No complaints. And I hope you're having a good day wherever you may be. We're on Pacific time zone here. So I think it's around 8:45 a.m. here in this part of the world off the far southwest coast of Canada. Look at that sun. Sun shining through the palm trees right there. Look at that, sparkling through the palm trees. Isn't that a beauty? Gotta love a sunrise. I like morning. I'm a morning person, so this time tomorrow morning I will be at work. I'll be working in the gardens, maintaining some beautiful gardens. I planted a bunch of palm trees in those gardens too. I planted 6 more palm trees last week, and then there's a few other palm trees I planted last year. So I had to tweak up the irrigation though, get it working properly, because a lot of the irrigation heads were busted off. So irrigation is a very important thing when you want to grow certain things like this, right? You want to keep them happy. So I'm a morning person. Yeah, morning's the best. Jesse, morning is the best. I totally agree. I love it. Man, it smells good out here. That jasmine is the perfume is coming through the air here. So anyway, guys, I'm going to roll here. I think I'm going to call her a morning. 83, whoa, 93 today. You're somewhere down in the deep south in the States, right? You're somewhere in the good old USA. Well, once Canada becomes part of the US, then I'm going to move somewhere way south. I think maybe Arizona. But when you live in Arizona, once US takes over Canada, which hopefully happens sooner than later. Oh, southern Pennsylvania. I have a friend that lives in Wernersville. Yeah, we can pray. Exactly, Jesse, we can pray. Wernersville near Reading, Pennsylvania, the Keystone State. I know Pennsylvania really well. So yeah, it gets really hot there and it gets humid too, right? So once US comes and liberates Canada, which would be really cool, waiting for those soldiers to come marching down our street, get rid of this commie government, and then we can become part of the States, be the 51st star on your flag, and then Wendy and I will probably move to Arizona, right? That's what she says. Yeah, very humid. Yeah, the humidity here is very low here in the summertime. We're usually sitting at around 40% or 37%. Wintertime, we have high humidity because it rains. We get more rain in the wintertime, and it keeps everything looking green. So, and these palms here I do water. Keeps them looking nice and green. Look at how healthy they are. Aren't they happy? Those are happy palm trees. Yeah, humidity. Yeah, we don't have the humidity here. So I love Canada, but your government, yeah, government sucks, man. I hate our commie government. I like US better myself. Sorry. I used to like Canada, but I'm not impressed with it anymore. This liberal government has messed stuff up. I would still choose California. Yeah, same with me, and that's what my buddy said too. I'd take California over Canada any day. Over BC government sucks too. This is a beautiful part of Canada to live in. We're on these islands out here, the Southern Gulf Islands, but you know what? Government still sucks in British Columbia. It is, Canada is a beautiful country, but it's these government that's ruining it. These liberals suck, and the people that vote them are just, they're worse, man. The people that keep these guys in power, they're worse. It's just terrible, man. They like to be controlled. See, I don't like to be controlled. I don't like being told what to do, especially by the government. They're so corrupt, very, very corrupt. So, but yeah, this place is beautiful. The Southern Gulf Islands, it really is a paradise out here in the Pacifics. No place in Canada like the Southern Gulf Islands. Is quite unique. But if I could move to the States right now, I would, man. I'd be out here. My buddy said that yesterday. He rode up on his Harley, and we were talking about the same thing. He says, man, his son lives in Kauai. He says, yeah, he'd like to live in the Hawaiian Islands. I love the Hawaiian Islands too, but it's so expensive there. But I like the USA. I got American flags flying. I'll go into my radio room. I'll show you my flags. My people I talk to send me US flags. Ocean's beautiful. Okay, so let's go into the radio room, the radio shack. So what do you think? That don't look very much like Canada, does it? Listen to the birds. Yeah, Lake Cowichan is nice. We're thinking of moving to Lake Cowichan Bay. Here's my radio shack. There's my man cave. Here's my beam antenna, right? That one's pointed south. California. Here, man cave. There's some nice U.S. flags, French flag, Italian flag. Upside down Canadian, upside down Canadian. That's how I feel about Canada right now, right? So anyway, I talk to Pennsylvania lots on my two-way radio. I talk all over the U.S. So I'm pretty good with geography, especially U.S. geography. Well, world geography too, because I do, like I say, I talk all over the world in my here, and it's a pretty cool little radio shack. I'll miss it, but you know what? When I move, I still like Elon. I like Elon too, man. He's great. I think he's good. I don't have no problem with Elon, man, and I like Trump too. So people don't like Trump. That's their thing. I can't stand Carney. Yeah, the geography is pretty interesting. There's some of my Hawaii plates, an old Saskatchewan plate, 1969, and then the flags that people send me. Actually, Krista, Wendy's daughter, gave me one flag, and the other two were sent to me by people I talked to. But he is fighting with Trump. Is he actually really, or is that just BS? I just thought it was just media crap. Really sure. If there's the kiwi vines. Kiwi vines are loaded with fruit. Oh, it smells good out here. Well, anyway, I have no problem with Trump. He's getting rid of all the scumbags that shouldn't be in there that are causing harm to the U.S., right? He's deporting people that are in there illegally. Nothing wrong with that. I totally support that. So I support him, man. I don't care what people think. I don't care what they think of me. That's the way I feel. Elon creates a third party will help the Republicans. Yep. Well, there we go. Well, hopefully we have a vote of non-confidence here in Canada and we can get rid of the liberals. Wouldn't that be good? Oh, my God. Get somebody in that's better than them. Hopefully. I mean, God, they're probably all corrupt, right? So anyway, yeah, no, I like the USA. Wendy, when she was a kid, she went to school and lived in North Dakota. That's where my wife lived, North Dakota. I says, yeah, too bad you didn't have a green card. We could get out of here. Escape communist Canada. People don't realize it. People have been so brainwashed. They just don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? They've tuned into mainstream media, and that's all they believe. They get all their information from CBC, Communist Broadcasting Corporation, Global, and CTV. Not me, man. I'm a free thinker. I question everything that's going on, so I don't watch any of that mainstream stuff. All right, guys, I should actually roll. I have to go put this note on the door of the our other B&B. So you guys have a great day out there, because Wendy and I actually have to catch a ferry. And enjoy the day, enjoy the sun, and I'm going to bring this phone with me, and I'll do a live stream when I'm at the ferry terminal. All right, so tune in. I'll take this to Vesuvius Ferry Terminal, because we do actually get internet there too, which is kind of cool. See ya. Yeah, take care, Jesse. Take care, House. Have a good one out there in the Keystone State, Jesse. Have a good one in Hotel. Butch, if Elon creates third party. Hey, Butch, thanks for coming in, buddy. And I appreciate all you guys tuning into the live stream. Yeah, I'll stay tuned. I'll bring it with us. I'm going to go plug this phone into. I got to charge it up. So cheers to you guys, and we'll do more live streams here from the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. Have a great day, everybody. Bye for now.